Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.
Hello. Welcome everyone. It's good to see you all. I'm glad you're all here. Thanks for tuning in. Looks like we got a pretty quick crowd on a Tuesday night. It's great to have you all with us. I see that you're getting used to the weeknights at about 7 p.m. or so. A lot of people seem to like that time. The good news is tomorrow, I am doing a live tomorrow. I thought I created it, and now I'm kind of like going, did I not create that? Like,
Saw
I
it.
think I had. Okay, so you saw it. Okay, and it's tomorrow.
Yeah. My name is the astrology reading or something.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing free mini astrology readings tomorrow. So if you look at the events area of the group or the page that you're on, if you go to events, you should see it. And you have to post your astrology chart so I can give you a little mini reading, right? So you want to go to like astro.com or something like that.
Yeah.
Astro.com is the best, okay? So just make sure you get a picture of your chart. I want the circle chart. I don't really like the tables or the graphs and those. I'm old fashioned. I'm a little traditional in that sense. So I like traditional astrology and I like to read it that way. So be sure that you post your astrology chart in the event so that I can read it for you when I go live tomorrow night. And then I haven't announced it yet, but Sarah is going live on Thursday. So I hope all of you will be tuning in then. So, good. Michelle, you posted your chart in the discussion. Thanks for doing that. And because astrology is really helpful for a lot of different things. Pretty much is your map to your life is what I always say. I think it's priceless. I don't know how people live without it.
Yeah, I just had a partial reading with you that other day, and my mind is blown. It answers so many questions for me. It made so much sense. I'm like,
and it was kind of like a mini. It was kind of like a mini death reading. That's kind of what I end up doing in death readings for people.
Yeah, it was wild.
I'm gonna be doing a live. I'm gonna be doing a live death astrology reading with Kathy. You can see it. I posted it in the group. I'll try to post it on my page too. With Kathy, she hosts sort of mediumship sort of events, and I'm gonna do a death chart reading like I would in an hour. That it'd be like half an hour, 45 minutes. So we're gonna do some sort of random pick of everybody in the audience, and one person is gonna win the mediumship, sort of free mediumship astrology type reading, where I use mediumship and astrology to connect with your loved ones on the other side and help you understand their death. So I'm the only person in the world that I know of that does it.
I've never heard of it.
I have tried to.
For
What's that?
years. I said I've been on my healing journey for years, and with the loss of my mom, it threw me for a loop. And your astrology and that death reading, that's what they wanted you to explain it a little bit. But for me, what they did was take my mother's chart and my chart and overlapped them and saw the reasons for some of the behaviors and the things that I experienced, and just astounding, and really help where, like you said, like a roadmap for your healing and stuff. Just amazing. It's really helped a lot.
It just kind of gives you an idea of and really it was just what do you want to call it? It's just synastry. And synastry is when, so I'm using several different types of astrology at the same time. Okay. So that's really what's happening in those readings. So I want to tell you all in the group. So I'm going to try to grab the link. It's with, if you look in the group, it's from Kathy at Messages from Spirit. She's the one featured reader that has hung out in the group. And she's actually been with me for years, actually.
Yeah,
so I'm
it's been around.
Link in the thing. And it's a free event, so you can register for it.
There you go.
What happens is I'm using several different astrology at once. I'm using regular birth natal chart astrology. I'm using medical astrology, death astrology, and synastry astrology, and event predictive astrology. Okay, so I'm kind of using all 5 types of astrology, plus I'm adding mediumship. And so it's sort of comes from many years of studying astrology and then studying mediumship. I have like 30 years experience with mediumship, and I found astrology quite a bit ago. I really started reading natal charts when I was like 18, 19, and I kind of like sort of ebb and flow with it a little bit, but I got better and better and deeper over the years. So, but anyway, that's exactly what the death chart reading is I kind of put your loved one's birth chart, your loved one's death chart, because you have a death chart too when you die. And then I also put your birth chart with it. And then that's where the synastry comes in. And then I look at the event, the day that the person died, and your chart, the person that's still alive. I put those 2 charts together. And then that tells me a little bit about what that event was meant to do for you. What were you meant to get from that experience? Right. So, and for some people, that's really important, because some people have really traumatic experiences with their loved ones when they pass. So, and then using the mediumship, sometimes most of the time, the spirit will be like, so like when you read mediumship, it could have a planet's placement, could have 2 or 3 meetings. So a lot of times the spirit will lean in and be like, oh, you know what that is? I was feeling really depressed. Or, oh, I overcame that when I was younger. So she didn't really know about that. So the spirits will tell me stuff like that. Or they'll say, oh yeah, I didn't really understand what was happening to me. So I'll say, well, they must have been having some sort of heart fluttering or something like that. And then, you're like, well, yeah, he had, and then people are going to ask. I can answer all those questions that people ask mediums that are hard to answer.
Right.
Why?
You could share. My mom was extremely abusive and stuff, and I never understood why. I was the only child, and even in death, it was just one of those strange, toxic situations. And you were able to answer so much that I didn't understand, and she was delusional. Like it matched totally.
She was delusional. Not like everybody has a delusional spot in their chart. Everybody is a little
Right.
bit delusional about something. Okay. Now, the interesting thing about that is, how do you act that out? How do you deal with it? And for your mom, hers was conjunct Chiron, which is her wound of her childhood. So that tells me
Right.
that all of her delusions, all of her illusions were actually coming from her wounds probably as a child. So then
Yeah.
that's the part of me that says, okay, so that's what that was about. That's what it was about. And clearly you're like, yeah, okay, I can
Yeah.
see
Raised
that.
war torn England. Like her whole town was bombed.
Yeah.
Hold on.
So even
Yeah.
just that, right? And then I'm sure her family wasn't 100% clean, meaning like everybody's mentally healthy. And I'm sure
Right.
she wasn't taught to emotionally regulate. So there's a lot of things like that. So astrology is
It's
a
really
really powerful tool. It's a really powerful tool. People underestimate it all the time. And then they come to readings with me and I'll start telling them about their past lives. And like the fact that you and your mom had a past life together, that's really important. That's really important for you to understand that, because then you start to understand what the patterns were today and why she had those patterns with you. She didn't seem to have them with other people, but she had them with you. Why you? And it's probably because you guys were probably one soul in a past life, and you guys are trying to work some shit out so that the soul can come back together and never and be enlightened. And that's how you're going to get to enlightenment, is by both of your souls working through this shit. And so your mom did the best she could, and sometimes it's kind of baby steps in a lifetime. Maybe she could have been much worse had she kept you around. Maybe it was important for her to send you away.
Yeah, that's every summer. Yeah, I was sent away, and I started thinking about that. I was like, you know what? She probably didn't trust herself with me. So I wasn't home. Like, she worked 3 to 11, she worked second shift and everything else. So
right. So it's really this is where the power comes from, This is where we realize what's happening.
Yeah. So we do have
all right.
A lot of people find your chart. It's really easy. You go to astro.com and then you just enter your day you were born, time, and where. And it gives you a chart.
Once you get the chart, if you click on it, if you just click on it once, it will load it as a JPEG, as a picture. And then you could just right click it and save. Or, if you're using your phone, take a screenshot, whatever. And then post it in the other event. And then there's a free event that I'll probably do some sort of raffle or something. We're trying to figure that out, how we figure out who gets the reading. So anyway, I just wanted to make the announcement about this week's. So tomorrow is astrology readings. Thursday is Sarah Redcrow. She'll be doing her mediumship readings. And if I'm feeling up to it, Friday, I'll do another live. And maybe I'll do some question and answer and maybe some channeling. Okay? All right, everyone. Have fun, Mama Cole. Happy to pop in, and good luck. I hope I'm sure it will go really well. I'm sure the spirits will be with you, and I bet you, even your mom, will make it rock.
There we go.
I bet she will.
Attended glitch. There we go. Okay. Please be very patient. If I glitch, I have satellite internet and it tends to glitch for like 5 or 6 seconds. I will always be right back. And I do want to open the floor for some questions and answers. Barbara, no silly questions ever, and it is not small to lose your companion cat at all. I'm so sorry. She says that she had to put her cat to sleep 2 days ago, and of course it was the right decision. I've had to be put in that position, and it's extremely hard, and I know that you're broken because you missed their presence. Please know that I totally believe, and I've had the experience, that pets cross straight over. There's no suffering. There's no lingering. They do know that you're present, but they don't suffer anything, and they do come back. They come back to you. They can be around you. I actually had experience during my heart surgery here that my service dog had passed like 2 months before, and she always laid on my lap to keep me calm, especially like medical stuff, like when I was having heart issues and stuff, she would always lay on my lap. Well, I was on the table having a stent put in, and I got really scared because they said they weren't sure they could do the operation, and they probably weren't going to do it. And I was like, oh my God, like I started freaking out, and her spirit jumped on my lap, and you could feel the whole table move. And the doctor was telling me to be still. And the nurse goes, she didn't move, the table did. And I said, oh, that was my service dog, because I was like in and out, but she totally was there. She was there multiple times during my hospital stay. So please know that your cat is very much okay, is very much still alive, just a little differently, okay? You're so welcome, honey. Okay. And we did the event and stuff. So if anybody has any questions, what I'm going to do tonight is spirit led. Oh, there's some people that 10-year anniversary in my mind. Okay, what I'm going to do tonight are spirit led readings. I'd like to do a couple question and answers first if I can. Oh, somebody just got their dog's ashes back today. That is so tough because they are like our babies. And dogs, okay, dogs we have for 10 to 12 years. The last 2 years, I have lost 4 dogs. It's somehow in 1 year, as my dogs were passing, we were adopted by a neighborhood cat that was like, there's an animal order down the street, and this cat adopted us on the porch. Never had an outdoor cat in my life. Well, in a year, she had 5 litters before I could get her fixed. And then we ended up with 11 cats over a year out of all the litters, the ones that we couldn't find homes for and adopt. So yeah, I actually have a handful. So please know that the pets that are meant for you will find their way, whether it's for like a long time or a short time. They will always find their way to you, and they'll also find their way back to you. Okay. Okay, and there's a lot of us asking for messages from their loved ones. What I'm going to do in a little bit is drop in. Right now, I'm just answering some questions. So if you have any questions, just go ahead and feel free to ask. And hear from my guides or any loved ones. What I'm going to do in just a few minutes is I'm going to drop in. And if you haven't seen me before, I did see there's a couple of people who are new here. My name is Mama Cole, aka Cheryl. I've been a medium, I'd say off and on for about 7 years, but I've done crystal healing and all that in that time. I've communicated with our past loved ones since I was 4. I've had experiences since I was 4. Read ruins, and I do divination, tarot, ruins. I'm a water divinator. I've done that since I was a child. I learned that from my great uncle with the rods and stuff. Like I can find water. Something I learned when I was really little. I have a really cool story about that. So Carl, he says that they're new here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Psychic Insights. We're all just a nice little group. You're free to ask any questions. And what I do is, how my ability works is I sometimes get scents, I get music, I get a lot of characteristics. I do get a lot of cultural references. And what's really funny is sometimes I don't even know what the cultural references are. So I will tell you, and then you actually have to interpret and tell me what I'm seeing. I've had that happen with like Hindu funerals and stuff. Like I could actually see them. So I see signs and symbols, and it's up to you to interpret what they mean to you and your loved one a lot. But I also usually get like a physical description. Do I think, okay, Vicky asked if I think dowsing rods work. Yes, 100%. I have mine right by my bed. As a little girl, my great uncle had dowsing rods, and he taught me at first with just sticks off, like where you would pick sticks off of a sapling. And he started with, first we had like rain barrels of water that he would summers. And we went from a rain barrel to a gallon bucket, gallon milk jugs he'd fill with water, and it was like a scavenger hunt where I had to find them with the sticks. And then he would go to he had a mason jar full of water, and he would have like 4 or 5 of them amongst my dad's property. And then he went down to a shot glass of water. And then eventually there was no water, and I was actually sensing the water underground. So that's how I learned how to use dowsing rods. And that's how they were used way back when, normally to find water. Now people use them. You can also use them for locating bodies, male, female. And some people use them for like reading spirits and stuff. I haven't really ever used them for that. For me, they were more for water. That's how I was taught as a child. So, yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I've done a lot of divination things that through my life, and a lot of them I didn't really know. I thought everybody knew how to find water. What was really cool is my great uncle, when I was little, always told me to remember what he taught me, because he taught me this in New Mexico. So of course, water, he was telling me how valuable water is, and that water was life. So he wanted to make sure I always knew how to find water. So, does anybody else have any questions about mediumship or how it works? And normally what I do is I want to get us all relaxed. Been a heck of a day, hasn't it? It's Tuesday, and I'm telling you, it seems like it's already Thursday. Like it's already been, the week has already weeked. So what I'd like you to do at first, let's go ahead and just do some breathing. Let's breathe in through our nose. We're going to take, let's say 5 deep breaths. Breathe in through our nose. Go ahead and close your eyes. Get really comfortable. If you are driving, please do not participate. Keep your eyes open and pay attention to the road. If not, if you're home, just get really comfy. Close your eyes. Let's breathe in. And now, breathe in. Out. Continue. As you inhale, I want you to inhale joy, peace, prosperity, and gratitude. And as you exhale, I want you to exhale all the worry, stress, anything that is no longer serving you. So inhale, peace, gratitude, joy. Exhale all that stress, worry. There's nowhere you have to be right now. There's nothing you have to do. Okay? Let's breathe in one more time. Breathe out. There you go. Now you should feel just a little bit calmer. Now we're a little bit more receptive to receive our messages. And what I'd like to do is go ahead and invite your guides, guardians, loved ones, and angels to be present. Go ahead and come forward. I'd like the messages that are delivered tonight to be clear, precise, and to help the people present to receive peace and comfort tonight, and to know within their heart and souls that their loved ones still live on. Thank you so much. Okay. So let's drop in. I'd go ahead and like to invite the first spirit to go ahead and come forward. I have a bride coming forward. She appears to be a bride. She's in a very long white negligee. But I'd put her age, honestly, a little older. I'd say she's like in her 40s, but she's in a really fancy. You know them now. You only see women wear them for the bridal. You know, the nightgowns with the silky robes, and it hangs down. It doesn't have the fur and stuff on it. And her hair is really fancy, and she has bright red lipstick, like beautiful hands. She's very statuesque. Do you know what I mean? Like a possible model, looking absolutely beautiful, stunning, very stunning woman. She's one that would take your breath away. Okay. Now, if this feels like your loved one, please validate and jump on. Follow your gut and your intuition, okay? I believe she's showing me 45 to 47. She was a smoker and very over the top. Sounds like my original female guide. Is that my female guide? Okay, Carl, there's no mistakes. Is she like an over the top, I'd say almost like a movie star looking lady, and she smokes a cigarette? Okay. No, okay, that's okay. But this woman like smokes a cigarette, but she almost looks like, remember in the old time when they had the like a filter on the cigarette? This lady has a filter. Okay. And she's in a white, like a princess, but not smoking. Okay, so what is she doing here? Because she keeps just going like this. And that's okay. The smoking might be smoking hot. It might be, see, that's where you have to decode. But this woman definitely looks like she's gliding. She's very classy in her hands. Like, I'm very drawn to her hands. Like, weird. Okay, except the smoking. So that's fine, Carl. Um, that might be smoking hot. That's what I'm getting, more like a symbol, and that's fine. Sometimes it's like decoding. Like, you ever played charades? Yes. Okay, Carl. So okay, Carl. So let's see what her messages are for you. Are you the one, Carl? Did you ask her about guides? You did. Oh my gosh! Look at this. May I hear from my guides or any loved ones? And then that the first person is your guide. So let's see. Oh, that's so wild, Carl. Okay, so let's see what she has for you. You need to stay on the right track and keep following your teachings, Carl. You know that you're gifted because you're already aware of your guides. But I get like a falling away, like you've kind of, something has happened that has kind of made you question maybe this communication with your guides. Because this is not the only guide that, it's almost like you're not listening right now. I named her Anna. Yes, it's her, definitely. I'll even grab, I also use pendulums. And if you don't know what a pendulum is, this is a pendulum. And sometimes, like, if you want a validation, yeah, it's her. Yeah, I get that you're, Carl, you need to, okay, you know how we, I've got that guys, I'm told. Okay, yeah, you're one, yes, you're one who is followed by, I always call them ducks. They always trim themselves as ducks. And you're not listening to them. So they're just following you around. Quack, 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 quack. So you probably hear like a lot of chatter and stuff. And it's or like you use a pendulum also. That's why they had me pull it out, because I do not always pull out my pendulum. And that's wonderful. You're self-taught. Yes, of course. Perfect. Okay. But as far as your guides are saying, tune in, use that pendulum more. If you're grieving right now, Carl, this is a great time for you to tune into your guides and your loved ones and get the answers that you need. You need to get back up on that path. You kind of like faltered a little is what they're showing me. So you need to get back on Um, I don't have a good relationship with ducks. They hate me. Do they chase you? Do they chase you? Oh, that's funny. Uh, I'm that way with cows, and somebody was just my kids were just teasing me today about it. Okay. Pendulums you can find. I actually have some in my Etsy shop. Uh, you can go to a crystal shop in your town. You can order them from any crystal dealer. Hollis and Bright Hawk may have them. And I can tell you really quick, pendulums are a freaking wonderful tool to use. You don't always have to buy a pendulum. You can use your necklace, ashes of a loved one. Okay, you can do that. And what you do is you ask it to show you yes. Show me yes, please. Okay, see, that's my yes. Okay, can you show me no, please? And all you do is just hold your arm still. And you usually have to wait for it. It has to stop, and then it'll go the next way. Okay. That's its no. Can you show me? I don't know. I don't know for me. It's usually in a circle. Okay. And what's really cool is, and Carl says it made his own pendulum, and only recently learned I can do that. Yes. And anyone can use a pendulum. My pendulum is a broken earphone card with the screw and it works. Yes. Anything that's weighted, it's about your intention and your communication. It can be a necklace. It can be a cross. It can be ashes. It doesn't have to be anything. It can be for dowsing. Another way of dowsing is you use the rods and a brass pendulum. And it's another way. I also use my pendulum for location. I work with lost and missing, and I will use it with maps and over maps and stuff to help distinguish locations too. Okay. So please, Carl, please know there were absolutely, when in mediumship work and stuff, I do not believe in coincidences. You happen to be brand new, just stumbled upon me tonight, and just happened to get a message from your guide just out of the blue. So no, that's no coincidence, and that's just a calling out to you to give you some validation and know that you are on the right path. Keep following your gut and your intuition. So absolutely beautiful, Carl. I hope that helped. And Barbara asked, how long does it take to become good at knowing the pendulum is correct? Subscribed. Yeah. Okay. How long does it take knowing that it's correct? It is correct. If you're asking it to show you yes or no. Now, I'm going to tell you, I used to do foster care, and I had teenagers that we got out of juvie. And we had a hand-blown glass pendulum-looking ornament. And this was before what I really knew what a pendulum was. And I was showing these kids, every time we got new kids, my kids would go get the pendulum and they would say, look, ask it to show you yes, and ask it to show you no, and ask it to show you I don't know. Do you know, out of, let's see, probably about 225 of the kids that we service could get that pendulum to work? Like, all it is it's just about being calm and focused, and it'll answer you. And not everybody's yes, no, and I don't know is the same. Yours could be totally different. Mine goes one way. So just tune in. Do you need anything before or after using a pendulum? Prayer, thanks, or anything? Wonderful question, Carla. That's up to you. Everyone has their own spirituality and their own practices. I always do, whenever I use my pendulum and my spiritual tools, I prepare my area just as if it was a sacred space. So for me, I personally open a circle. I always have a candle to hold space. I always light sage. I do a lot of energy work, so I also have water with Florida water in it. And then I have like all of my tools around me. I have it's totally a personal preference. There is no right or wrong way to do anything. Spirituality, there's a big difference between religion and spirituality. In spirituality, you're in charge. You can pick and choose whatever you want. There's no wrong way. As long as you follow your gut and your instinct and you put your intentions are always for your highest good, then no worries at all. Okay, now I'm going to hop over real quick. Got to be a little patient with me because I've been using the, doing the comments and stuff too. So hold on. We have a couple questions. Sorry about that. And over in the Facebook, the mediums group on Facebook says that they have shaky hands. Okay, super easy. All you have to do, you can't see it, but I have a desk in front of me. So all you have to do is just put your elbow on the table and hold, put your elbow like this so that, and it doesn't matter, okay? Sometimes if you have shaky hands, it'll just bounce up and down. That's okay. Concentrate on the tip and just try to breathe. Okay, and it should be okay. And if not, get a heavier pendulum. Okay, and maybe it's just not for you, Aunt. Okay, either way, no biggie. There's different tools for everybody. Okay, I hope that answered your question. And if not, just ask me again, okay, or in a different way. Now, Andrea's over in the Facebook group too. And what are my thoughts on divination rods? I just talked about those. I think they're really good for finding water, that for finding graves and things like that. I don't know so much for like divination, like communication and stuff, how people are doing them like spirit rods and stuff. I've honestly never done that because I was taught by my great uncle a little differently. I was taught to use divination rods. I use divination rods. I was taught to use them to locate water. So, and I really haven't heard of that too much. That's more, I know in England they do that a lot, and in Appalachia. And I was taught at first, I used 2 sticks off the sapling tree, and then you would just use a V, one that goes like this, and then like a Y. It's shaped like a Y. And you hold the 2 points in each hand, and then the bottom, it goes up and down when you're by water and it bounces, but it'll lead you. So I hope that answered your question, Anne. Okay, and Anna. The woman in the gown reminded Anna of a dream that she had of her mom. Please know, Anna, when you dream like that of your mom, and any of us, if we dream of our loved ones and they're like absolutely beautiful and stunning, and they might be younger than when they pass, and there's no suffering or anything like that, those are visitation dreams, okay? Now, Carl said, Mama Cole, thanks again for confirming my guide, Anna. It's the first time I've heard a message from her, as I recently was reassigned new guides last year, so I only know 2 of them, plus Anna's still here. Yes, that's absolutely beautiful, Carl. And this is a lesson for a lot of us. Sometimes some of us have guides for our whole entire journey in life. Like you might have like 1 or 2 that stay with you. This could be your guide, your guardian angel, or a divinity, a divine goddess or something like that. Okay, but there could be guides that stay with you through your whole life. And then there could be ones that come in and out. Like you might have one for like myself, for one for when I was in the maiden part of my life. then one for when I was a mom, and then now I'm in the older part of my life, so my guides change. And also, as your spiritual journey progresses, you'll have different guides. So yes, please know that Anna's very much around, and you weren't listening, so she used me to go, hey, pay attention. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna drop it. Where do we post our chart? Um, they'll have it's posted on the event. You can post your chart on the event, Barbara. Okay. And Susie, I'm so sorry. She says the 9-month anniversary is tomorrow. They lost the love of their life, and their 10-year anniversary is the following day. I'm at his favorite lake to spread some of his ashes. I love validation that he is happy for me to do this. I would love to hear from him. Thank you. Aw, Susie, I'm so sorry. I could not imagine. Um, I really couldn't imagine. No, I'm doing spirit led, so I'm not doing people specifically. So what I'm going to do is just drop back into the space, Susie. Please know, I know without a doubt you're exact. I can actually see the lake. Of course, he's proud of you. He's proud of how you've carried on. I'm seeing one single red rose, not the bouquet, but there's a very big significance to one single red rose. And is this lake area a specific lake? Is this where you were engaged? Because I'm seeing him down on one knee with a red rose. I get this is like a country boy. I almost want to say he's like in jeans with a blazer, but it's more like a country like blazer and a shirt, but there's no tie, it's open. He's just like a gentleman, like a southern gentleman. You've never been here before. Okay, is this where he promised to bring you there? So maybe this is him validating that he is there, because I see him very dressed up with one single red rose. Because it's supposed to be, he is a country boy. Yeah, I see very much country, because like this is dressed up for him. I grew up in New Mexico, and my dad, do you know what I'm talking about? The country jackets that have like the lapels on them, like in Texas. Are you in Texas by chance? You know, the country lapels and the jackets. That's what I see him wearing, that with a shirt, but it's open. It's a collared shirt, but it's open, and jeans. And he's on his knees presenting red rose. So please don't. I don't know the significance. My husband always knew the colors, like the red, pink, white, what they each meant. You're in Australia. Okay. Well, so that might be like the bush. Do they wear? Because I do see a hat, but see, I didn't recognize. Like it's not. Yeah, it's not like a country hat. But the jacket is. It's like it has like a different stuff up here. And he is definitely with you. You know it. You felt him. Okay. And if you haven't, you will. But he is there. I'm so sorry. Spreading ashes is very hard, but it's also absolutely beautiful. So, Susie, what I'd like you to do when you go do this, and this is for a bunch of us, how we breathed and dropped in tonight. I want you to just try to be there in the moment and try to just be thankful that you're able to visit the lake. I'm sorry it's under these circumstances, but you fulfilled his wish. He wanted to take you there, and you were there, and you are together His ashes are just simply his mortal body. That's not where he is. And I do see him like holding you, like that, like he'll be right there beside you, as he has been all along. Death does not separate us ever. It can't. I get like he's holding you like this, okay? So of course he's proud of you, and of course he's there. And he's still very much the country gentleman that you knew, okay? Is there anything else that you really need her to know? He wants you to carry on. Yeah, you've had his ashes since 2023, and I can't let. Honey, you don't have to let all of them go. Please know you really don't have to let all of them go. You can sprinkle some of them unless you want to. Okay, this is totally you, and it's your personal decision. Okay, you're so very, very welcome. But Sienna, I want you to know that this is your personal decision. Okay, how you grieve and how you honor your husband is totally up to you. If you want to release all of his ashes, you may. If you want to release some of them and just leave like a little bit and hold on to them, you can. There's lots of awesome things they do with them now. You can have like, wear a necklace, or you can wear jewelry. It's totally up to you. And some of us want to just release. I'll be completely honest and come out of the proverbial closet. I still have my grandma's ashes. And she passed 20 years ago. Can't let them go. I promised I would. And I have moved her with me for the last 20 years. Everywhere I go, my grandma comes with me. Okay? Is there anything else you'd like to know? He wants you to stay tough despite how hard it is, okay? Okay. And no, you're not selfish. See, I clicked on the wrong one by accident, but that wasn't an accident. I'm so selfish. He wanted to spread, but I refused. That's not selfish. That's not selfish. I'm doing now. Is your husband calling me out? Because I did the same thing with my grandma. I told her that I would put her ashes by my grandpa, but my grandpa was not a good man at all. And I loved my grandma, so I just carried her with me this whole time. So you're not being selfish. It's the way that I haven't been able to let go of her. And it's okay if you can't completely let go. Okay? And that's the message for you tonight. He really wants you to know it's okay. Do whatever you want. They're ashes. He's like, it's not me. You'll feel me, and you do feel him. Are you seeing roses? Or smelling roses? Because I get he's saying that he's around. You don't need his ashes to know that he's around or to feel him. He's not connected to his ashes, okay? And don't feel guilty at all. You don't need, and he wants you to know you don't need his ashes to connect with them. You just have to go within. That's it. Okay? I hope that helps you, sweetheart. And Anne doesn't know where her friend's ashes are. I can't really see, sweetheart, but I can't. Let me go ahead and disconnect from this guy here. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you need for her? Kookaburras. Look at that. He says she's not seeing roses, but she's seeing kookaburras and ladybugs. So please know that's him, because he's like she's seeing. Okay, that's where the roses are. He gave me roses, and I still have them. I smelled them the other day. There you go. So that's your validation, Susie. Sienna, I'm sorry. There you go. Is there two of you that see? There might be two. That's funny. There might be two guys, because I'm seeing there's a Susie and a Sienna. And that's okay. That's funny. Good lady. I love that. So please know that's definitely validations for you. Absolutely beautiful. Thank you so very much. Yeah, because it started with the, okay, beautiful. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Spirit, I'm going to release. I'd like to welcome anyone else who would like to come forward. And this is for messages of the highest good for anyone that is present. Okay, does somebody here have a female with a bird, a very loud, obnoxious bird, super loud bird? Who's auntie? I think it's an auntie. Okay, I'm getting a woman with a very loud, obnoxious bird. This bird drove everybody in the family crazy. It's really loud. It was out on the Florida room, like she had a porch, like a glassed-in porch where the bird would stay. With a really fancy white cage. Even had the fancy cover for it, tried to keep it covered at night. And she had lots of plants everywhere, and I smell flowers, lots of flowers. Okay. Let's see what else you have. She sang and hummed all the time. I have a bird like that. Barbara says, Barbara, did you inherit this bird? This lady is going around. Now, this might be one of you, Barbara. Is this you? Like, this person has, because this could be your loved one showing you. I see a room, like a Florida, like lots of windows. And this is where the bird is in this white cage and has a cover. And there's lots of plants everywhere. And I smell flowers, but I don't see the flowers. So I'm not sure if this person wore like a flower perfume. And I'm wondering if we're still on Facebook, because my Facebook, I'm not getting the comments. So give me a second. There we go. Okay. I'm sorry, I had to refresh. Okay. So if anybody can claim this woman, hold on. Okay, it's not Barbara. So this is, and she's a fuzz. She hums, like she's humming and singing all the time. Very bright personality. She cleans a lot. She's totally cleaning, watering her plants. She's a busybug. Like she's always busy. Always busy. Hardly ever sat down. And Anna, does this remind you? Could this be? I'm really being drawn to Anna. Anna. She's over on Facebook. I've seen your message like twice about your mom, and I haven't really read. Hold on. Okay. This is a woman. God is like that on the back porch. I will inherit him when she passes. See, I'm not sure. Is this okay? This is either Barbara or Anna. Anna, this woman. So let me ask her because she'll tell you. But I really feel. And this woman is deceased. Anna, is this your mom? Does this sound like your mother? Because I'm very drawn to you, and I get that this is your mom. Yeah, the bird's gone too. And it's very loud and obnoxious. Like really loud. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is your mom. Was your mom like, she didn't speak English, I don't think. Oh, I'm seeing she really doted on you. Like, you had the best of the best. I'm seeing lots of horses. I'm seeing big open fields. She's showing me lots of flashes of foods. Big like, we call them fiestas out west, but like big family gatherings with lots of food, music, dancing. And at home, her plants, I don't really see this. I think this is when she was older, because I don't see little kids around, but this bird and her plants, and I smell a very strong scent of flowers. Super, super strong scent. Yes, that's her. I thought that was you, honey. Okay. It takes me a minute because I have to paste the. There we go. Yes. Anna says, yes, that's her. Yeah. See, I got that. Anna also says that she was always laughing and people thought that she was crazy. No, I do get that she's very jovial, like very, very happy and singing. So did she sing to you or like hum? Because I get that she was singing. And that bird is annoying. Like, I love birds. I always wanted a bird myself, but her bird is very loud. Like, it's very, very loud. So she wants you to know, okay, Anna, you mentioned something about a child that you have lost. The baby is with her. Am I glitching? Hold on. Yeah, I do see her holding an infant. The baby is with her. A girl, little girl. Your mom wants you to remember who you are. She says you're in your head too much, for you to relax and go back to your faith. Have you been yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to copy comments, and it's really kind of fun to do this, but I'm channeling at the same time. Okay. She says her ex killed her parent. But please know, I'm so sorry for that experience. And that she did have a back porch with lots of flowers. I can't see the flowers, but I can really smell them. And you need to know, no matter what the ex did, they're reunited, they're together. He'll suffer his own karma for what he did. Because anyone who's cruel to animals like that, and she wants you to know you're better than the situation that you're in right now, she says. She wants you to go, like you seem like you're lost right now. She wants you to go back to your faith, what she taught you. Okay. A lot of times she's showing me you're just kind of wandering. She wants you to put your roots down and to stand up. Do you understand what she means by that? Roots down, stand up. She's showing me a very strong oak tree. Somewhere where you rode, riding horses, and something about the trees. Is this your property or your family property? I see big big trees, big, huge trees. She keeps referring to the tree. Okay. So the tree would be, to me, this could be a symbol of your roots. Like, remember your roots. Because I don't feel that it's the honor. Remember where you came from and where you're going. And remember your roots. Does that ring about, like, she's absolutely beautiful too. Like, just beautiful. I love her singing and stuff. I hope that helped, honey. So let me know. How's everyone doing? Okay. We all doing good? I'm not seeing any comments. So somebody give me a thumbs up. Let me know how we're doing. Anna, I hope you're doing okay. The parrot she was a tough woman, and the parrot was 26 years old. Holy cow. Holy cow. I knew they lived a long time. Donna Izzy says hi. Hi, Donna. How are you? Okay, so you guys can see me. I hope I did that. Sometimes doing the comments is hard. Thanks so much, everybody. Carrie says, great job. I don't know how I did that. Okay. So I have a whole bunch of, but thank you very much, everybody. And I hope that helped you. I want you to know that was really cool. We got validation. Oh, here's an interesting one for Miss Donna. My mom raised her as a baby. Yes. So please know that you not only got validation from your mom, you got validation of the bird, and you got validation of your child. So I absolutely love that for you. I would hope that you feel that deep in your heart with some gratitude, sweetheart. And I really hope that brought you some comfort. I'm going to detach from that for just a moment. Donna, you know exactly. Donna says, can you tell me which spirit threw off my photos for my test this morning? Who are the photos of? You know exactly who it is. They're telling me I don't have to tell you. You know exactly who it is. And this is somebody who's very, the jokester. That's what I'm getting. It's the jokester. You know exactly who it is. And you need to trust you really have to trust your intuition, sweetheart, okay? Oh, look at this. I love this. Barbara says, it's so funny. Even though it wasn't for me, my little cockatiel has been annoying the crap out of me this entire time. He's an inside bird, free roaming. Oh, I love that. I always wanted a cockatiel, but my husband's scared of birds. I love that, Barbara. Please know that's just validation of the other bird that's passed. I really believe I've had birds, I've had cats, I've had dogs, I've had horses, and I've lost all of them. Like my horse when I was 13 hung herself. So I've had lots of experiences with animals passing. And I really feel when we pass, I believe with all my heart and soul that when we pass, not only do our loved ones greet us, but also all of our lost pets do too. So I have, without a doubt, know that I'm going to be inundated by animals jumping on me, licking me, flying at me. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. I'm doing great, Joy. How are you tonight, sweetheart? I'm going to probably go ahead and wrap things up. If anybody has any little questions, I'm trying to, or any more comments. I was trying to add Joy's comment. It's asking me how I was doing. Thank you so much. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I had a really busy day today too, and I wasn't sure how well I would do. And now here's something I want to share with you too. Oh, I love this. If our pets are not there for me, I don't want to stay. I love that. They'll be there, no doubt. Hey, welcome, 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 Vera. I'm at the end now. I hope, not Vera, V, I'm sorry. V Hernandez, welcome, sweetheart. You can watch the replay. We'll post the replay later if you didn't catch the whole thing. Mine are sleeping. I have a human Indian ring neck and I have an Indian ring neck and a green, I'm trying to read this without my glasses. Green checkbirds are the best support animals. I've always wanted a cockatiel, but I had parakeets, and I moved from Albuquerque, New Mexico to California, the Bay Area, California, with these two parakeets and a cat. I named them Bonnie and Clyde. I love them, but they ended up getting loose during an earthquake. You're so welcome, Laura. So now we opened. Okay. Donna said, now I want you to know when stuff like this happens. Okay. Donna was talking about pictures being knocked off her dresser and said that, where did it go? Hold on. Like they were sitting in the regular spot and being thrown. Oops, I posted it wrong. But the pictures were in the regular spot and being thrown. That is somebody trying to get your attention. And all you need to do is just drop into it. That's it. I'm sorry. When I posted that, it posted it on all of the pages. Oops. That's okay. I'm bound to make mistakes. So please know, Donna, somebody's trying to get your attention. Maybe tonight meditation, you need to drop in and see who you need to connect with, what messages are trying to be sent your way. Okay? It's just somebody trying to get your attention. Joy says she's so excited to see her bunny fur baby when she transitions. Me too. Okay. See, here's another validation. Joy also, and this is something I want you to know, is don't be scared. I was posting them in the wrong place. There we go. Don't be scared when things like this happen. Movies tend to make us think that this is a scary experience. If things fly across the room or pictures get knocked over or stuff like that, be like Joy and realize that it's just one of your guides or your spirits just playing with you. 9 times out of 10, it's nothing evil or bad. It's somebody trying to get your attention. So just drop in and trust your gut, your instinct, and see. But some people will hop on that and think that you're being cursed or it's evil. And a lot of that is just movies. It's the stuff that we've watched and we've grown up watching, and we like to get scared. Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's nothing to worry about. You're so welcome. So I'm going to say thank you for your energy, Dr. I was trying to do the comments. So what I would like us to do is we're going to go ahead and release our guides, guardians, and angels and our loved ones who have all joined us this evening. I'd like to thank you all so much for joining us. Thank you for all the messages, for the peace and comfort, and for the validations. I'd like us to take 3 cleansing breaths again. And as we leave, breathe in the peace and comfort and the messages that we received tonight. And if there's any lingering things that don't serve you, breathe those out. So let's breathe in. Breathe out. There you go. Breathe out. Let's do one more. There we go. So I hope this helped everyone. If you would like a reading, hold on, I did not post that the entire time. You can find me. I am so sorry, guys. I was doing so well too. I just forgot. Hold on. I don't even see it now. Hold on. You can book with me right there. That's fine, right? Yeah. You can book with me right there. I do spiritual coaching. I do medium readings, divination. All you really have to do, if you book with me for an hour, just come with your questions. I can drop in and connect. You're so welcome, everyone. You're welcome, Barbara. You're so welcome, Carla. Now, if you got messages tonight from your loved ones, if you could please leave a review over in the group, I would really greatly appreciate it. Lets other ones know. It's just kind of like an energy exchange. Lets others know how I'm doing and who I am. And I thank everybody so much for joining me tonight. Now, don't forget, tomorrow night, Hollis has an event. And then I think the following night we have Sarah. All week, every week, we always have lives and things going on. So please don't feel alone in your grief. You're not alone. It's a journey, not a destination. Healing's a journey. Okay, so be very patient with yourself and gentle, and know that your loved ones are always with you. Everybody, have a good night. Namaste. Thank you so much. And now I have to find my little. Thank you so much. Have a great night, everyone.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.